No matter what your training goals may be, working out from home is almost certainly going to help you to get better results right away. And in fact, if you're overweight or generally very out of shape, then I would argue that training from home is the only way to build muscle. Likewise, if your aim is to get into incredible superhero shape, training from home is probably the only chance you realistically have. Let's imagine for a moment that you're very overweight and you really want to get into decent shape. In this scenario, you'll most likely have tried numerous different strategies to get into shape, and you'll have possibly been let down with the various workouts and diets you've tried. This is the tried and true story that so many people experience. They buy into countless supplements, countless weight loss programs, diets, training regimes, etc., and they get nowhere. But the problem isn't with the training programs. The problem isn't that they're somehow untrainable and unable to achieve the shape they want. Rather, the problem is that they can't stick to the regimes and they don't manage to get to the gym often enough. Why? Because people who are overweight are usually tired. They're normally overweight because they're not active enough, and they're not active enough because at the end of the day, when they get home from work, they have 3 hours before bed and they spend that time crashed out on the couch. Small amounts of exertion make them sweaty and out of breath, meaning they won't exactly enjoy training. Sticking to any training regime in this scenario is going to be hard. But when you add in the need to drive to the gym and then train in front of countless strangers feeling very self-conscious, well, is it any wonder it doesn't work out? And then you have to shower. Compare this with training from home, which will allow you to slowly introduce small amounts of training into your regime to increase your energy levels, to increase your mood, and to increase your health. Everyone can fit 10 minutes into their day, especially when the equipment they need is right there and they can train in privacy. You see the difference? But what about those real athlete types? These are the people with no problem generating the energy they need to train, people with no problem finding the will to train. But with the best will in the world, even top fitness fanatics on YouTube only have a finite amount of time in their day. There's only so much time that they can spend on training. If they're going to the gym every time they work out, it means they're going to be spending time and energy getting there, meaning there's less in the tank for their actual workouts. Then there's the fact that they have to wait for the equipment they want to train with to become free. Then there's the fact that there are some things you just can't do in the gym, some very basic things, in fact. Now imagine you take a different approach and you build a home gym in your garage. Even if this is just a bench press, this is now a bench press that you can use every single day. And this is a bench press that you can use whenever you want to, without having to drive there or wait in the queue. Or maybe you need something more specific, something like a hanging bag that you can use to practice martial arts. Being able to train whenever you need to, with no queue and no drive, that's when you start to see truly incredible transformations. That's when you truly never skip a day at the gym. So yes, training from home is the only way if you really want to smash your goals, no matter what they are. But of course there are some big challenges and some big questions that face those who want to start working out from home. Keep watching and let's take a closer look at how you can go about building muscles from home with programs that are guaranteed to work and, in some cases, get incredible, unheard of results. So what are these challenges of training from home? Surely nothing could be easier than staying in shape when you have a bench press right there in your own home. Unfortunately, it's not that simple, and there's a good reason that most people will start out by hitting a gym. The first challenge is simply stocking up your home with the equipment you need. It is possible to get into great shape using only bodyweight training, and we'll be discussing that in more detail later on. The thing is, though, in order to get fast muscle building results, training equipment does help. That means dumbbells, pull-up bars, bench presses, treadmills, and all manner of other things, all of which cost money, take up a lot of space, and require some basic knowledge to use. That's the other issue here too, knowledge. A lot of people simply don't know how to train on their own from home, and this makes it remarkably difficult for them to build big muscle without going to a gym where they can meet trainers and see other people working out. Attempting a barbell on your own from the comfort of your own home can easily end up in a slipped disc or buckled knees. Fear is going to be immobilizing for a lot of people in this respect and prevent them from getting into shape. Another issue a lot of people will have a problem with is motivation. If you're trying to get into shape in your living room, you have to try and avoid the distractions of the TV. If you're training in your bedroom, you need to stay motivated even though your bed is right there. But even this isn't the hardest part. The problem is, in order to build your strength or your fitness, you really need to be able to push yourself. If it's muscle you're trying to build, that means you need to be able to create muscle tears and you need to pump your muscles with metabolites. More on this later. This is much easier to do when you're lifting big heavy weights and then dropping down each time you reach failure. It's much easier when you have a trainer barking at you, and it's much easier when you're in a room filled with other people working hard, with no distractions, and with a soft floor that you're fine to sweat on. The same goes for losing weight. How do you lose weight? Well, with lots of cardio. That cardio needs to be in high volume, whether that's achieved through high intensity or long duration. Whether you're running for hours or whether you're doing intense HIIT workouts. Either way, training requires you to push yourself. And when you're at home, you will often not know how to do this, nor be able to do it because you won't have the right equipment or necessary space. But this series is here to change all that. In these videos, you'll learn the secrets to training in such a way that you can break down muscle and transform your metabolism quickly from the comfort of your home. Once you understand the logic, once you crack the code, you can go about building the power and health you're looking for. So, let's get started.